Hi Divine Feminines. So today I am here with just a video on the current energies for you guys. It's been a tough one this morning. Let me know if you guys are feeling the same. I'm noticing a lot of just illusion coming up, and like even right now I'm looking around me and I feel strange. So I spent some time, it's almost 1 p.m. and I've just spent some time all morning just sitting with this and sitting with these feelings and trying to decipher them. And I think I've come to a point where I think any further, we're not supposed to be there yet. So I feel like today is just the tip of the iceberg. And that's not in like a way that you should be scared or anything like that. So I'm going to share what I sort of been through, what I was channeling through my dreams this morning, early this morning and this morning. So I had this profound dream that I feel like is very meaningful for me and for me on this journey, which I feel like is going to, I feel compelled to share it. So it's obvious that it's for the rest of the Divine Feminines on this journey too. So I had this dream that I was in this like huge greenhouse. There was nothing inside it except me and my dad and maybe someone else. I feel like that wasn't important. I feel like I'm just realizing something. Okay. So I remember seeing this bullet hole in one part of the greenhouse, and there was a lot of like shatters, and the glass had broken, but it hadn't broken the whole of the greenhouse, of this glass house, okay? And I can't remember how it happened or why, but all of a sudden there was like, I don't know, maybe a gun, or maybe it was a stone that was thrown. I don't know what it was, but I remember, I feel like it happened so quickly that I'm not able to pinpoint exactly like why it happened, whether it was an accident, whether I purposefully did it. I think the importance is that I did it. And this led to the whole house, this whole glass house just collapsing and all of these shards just falling. And I remember saying to everyone, like, hurry up, let's go. Or maybe my dad said it, I can't remember. Anyway, I end up getting hit by the falling glass. And on my wrist, see these lines here? I looked up the palmistry for it, but it didn't really resonate with the dream. I just remember bleeding, just excessively bleeding from my wrist, and I don't remember feeling worried or anything like that. But my dad, on the other hand, was like, oh my God, like, Kim, we've got to go. Like, we've got to get you somewhere that can, you know, get this, I don't know, stitched up, or, you know, and cover it, hold it, because the bleeding you're bleeding out. And I just remember just all the blood just pooling in my hand, and it was just excessively, I don't remember feeling scared, or I think I remember saying like, Dad, it's okay, like, it's all right. Then I woke up. I had a bunch of other dreams too about the Divine Masculines, which I will probably do a separate video on, but I just feel the need to understand this first. I feel like it's very important, and I felt very, very ungrounded today. I found just full of illusions, found myself going back, found myself back at like just at this place of fear. And this week, if you've been like following along this week, you'll have noticed that I've been talking about this, you know, wanting to get back to my old self, my purest state. And I feel like this dream is symbolic of that. The fact that there was no anxiety about the glass breaking or my wrist bleeding. I looked up the spiritual meaning of hands, and it talks about strength, power, protection, and blood is life force. So losing power. And then I remember this song that I used to be obsessed with 7 or 8 years ago, Shadow Me by Lindsey Stirling featuring Lizzie Hale. Lizzie Hale ended up being one of my favorite vocalists of all time, and I really, really, really ended up loving her band Hailstorm. I went and saw them live, I met them, it was just amazing for me. Look, I will link this song and the film clip. It's very, it hit me out of nowhere. It's just, it very much, I think, you know, the symbology in the film clip is she's stuck in this like snow globe dome type of thing, and she breaks free of that, and there's like just shattering glass everywhere. So I feel like that's where the Divine Feminines are at today. I feel like we're really sort of, whatever you're facing, whatever's coming up for you, it's giving you the opportunity to break free. I don't know how. I don't know how we are supposed to break free. I will do a little bit of divination. I just want to see sort of like how we can move with this energy, and not, because obviously there's a part of us that needs to break free in order for this journey to complete, or in order for us to reach our highest versions of ourselves. I also channeled grapefruit just as I was sitting here meditating, and grapefruit is really cleansing to the aura and the mental body, which helps like release confusion and like mental chatter and things like that. I'm yawning again, okay, out of nowhere. I haven't yawned all morning. I'm saying I'm going to be taking yawns now as like, yeah, I'm connecting. So today, either drink some grapefruit juice or call upon the energy of grapefruit today. I don't know how you would do that, but is there a song called Grapefruit maybe? Let's look that up. I'm just getting that quickly. Yeah, so if you're out and about, or if you've got to do your shopping, grab some like grapefruit juice. Even if it doesn't taste that nice, just drink it anyway. Grapefruit. I will listen to some of these songs, and I'll put, if any feel relevant, I'll put them in the description as well. So this is about, I think today's about redirecting and repositioning energy, okay? Because when I channeled that, I got like a witch's hat. And from what I know about that, that's about like redirecting and channeling, using, you know, channeling energy, okay? And you can do this by meditating, creating, helping others, whatever feels good to you. And if laying around doing nothing feels good to you today, then do it. But just set the intention of understanding and breaking free of whatever glass house you keep a certain part of you in. I don't know what part of me that is. I do sense that it's 15-year-old version of me. Fear. Burping. I don't know what that fear has to do with yet. I feel like we're yet to figure that out, okay? I'll let you guys know as soon as I do. Oh wow, it's funny, understanding where the fear is coming from. I just wrote that. Okay, so it's coming from 15-year-old me. 15-year-old me, okay? Start questioning why. Seeing, oh, this is another thing I've been seeing my counterpart as like my ex-partner. And I was with this person when I was 15, so it's probably linked with that, okay? And that was a 6-year relationship for me. So that was a long period of my life. I think there's some stuff to sort of delve into there. I also dreamt that my counterpart said something about their ex as well. And I remember in the dream, like, I remember he was saying something about like, oh, like he still checks up to see if like she's like not doing well, or not that he wants to see her not do well, but he obviously, I think that where that's coming from, and we haven't discussed this, but I think that's coming from like he feels hard done by maybe, or taken advantage of. She was very manipulative. And I remember in the dream going like, why do you still do that? Like, why do you care about that? And it wasn't like a, why do you care about that? It was genuinely like thought provoking. And and it's a validation thing, validation of their own progress, okay? And I remember in the dream being like, that's it. That's the problem. The problem is the validation. That's what you need to, that's what needs to be worked on. So I don't know if this was like a 5D thing. I didn't even think of that. Definitely is a 5D thing. Communicating with our counterparts, and pay attention to what, if you dream of your counterpart, pay attention to what you say in the dream space. I feel like I have, especially if we're both seeing us as our ex-partners or our ex situations, our old situations, I feel like I don't feel weird about that, because I understand, because from my perspective, it's not something that I'm actively choosing. It's just the way that my I guess my trauma is choosing to see the situation, and that's why I'm feeling this sense of illusion and this fear, because I notice I'm seeing my situation and my counterpart through the lens of, oh, I have to act on this because so I don't waste time. I have to act on this. I have to communicate. I have to push, because I don't want to be taken advantage of again. I don't want to waste more, I don't want to be disrespected again. And this feels like disrespect, the lack of communication, the lack of intimacy, like, just emotional intimacy out of nowhere feels like disrespect. And that's not the truth. It's my truth based on this sense of trauma. And this would make sense because I haven't been able to release or go through or heal really any of that relationship, the dynamic, since breaking up with my ex, because George is my, my first long-term partner since then. And I am his other partner, his next partner from his ex. So I feel like we're really at the end here. And I feel like there's a part of me that I really kept in this glass house. I don't know what the glass has to do with like, why not just a dark house? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that is yet, but I will be sharing with you guys. I also got body image issues from the counterparts, okay? So the twins are definitely feeling that. Also dreamt about, and I will explain this in the Divine Masculine reading too, but I just wanted to quickly touch on this for you feminines. I had a dream that my counterpart and I went to the doctor. It was a random doctor. I have a family GP that I still go to, that I have gone to since I was born. He doesn't, and we've just moved to a new area in the last year, so we haven't gone and seen any doctors in the area. George has this plantar wart on the bottom of the ball of his foot here, and he complains about it from time to time. And in the dream he got rid of this. He got it taken off or removed. And then I was looking into that, and that can be, plantar warts only hurt when there's pressure applied. So I feel like this is very symbolic of what's happening with him, with the Divine Masculines, okay? There's pressure, and they're perpetuating the pressure by applying more pressure, okay? And with that need for validation, okay? But also, I don't feel like that necessarily completely plays out in the connection, also in their karmic situations in their life. So whether your counterpart has a karmic partner, or whether their karmic situations, just any external thing, like a job or something like that, could be to do with that. I missed this. Understanding where the fear is coming from. For example, not trusting own judgment or feelings. Okay, so sit with that. I've been seeing a lot of 1111 today. Yeah, okay, and also it's 110. I just had a thought. Yawning again? Nope, I'm collected. Oh, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll see that I channeled a sign from my cousin who is on the other side. and that he is a guide for my counterpart. Go and watch that, it's really interesting. And a sign for confirmation of what he told me in that meditation, in that channeling, was a milkshake. And I was like, that's really random, I'm not going to see a milkshake. He goes, yeah, that's the whole point, so that when you do, it's going to blow your mind. All day yesterday I didn't see any milkshake related anything, but when I got into bed finally, after working and doing everything, it was about, it's 1:11. I put on The Simpsons. It's my comfort show. I just put it in the background, and there was a milkshake. I took a photo of it. It was like they were watching an ad or something. This was at 10:34 p.m. Okay. And the ad was about milkshakes. It was a milkshake ad, and I literally almost died. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so what do we want to do first, Spirit? I want to use these Saints and Angels Oracle cards. I feel like this is really sort of going to help us with this, our connection with ourselves here. All right, so Spirit team, what do we have for the Divine Feminines today? What supporting messages? I just noticed a house over there is being built. The outside structure is done. The inside structure is done. It's like the triangle part of the house. I can see the inside where all the inside, like where all the insulation would go. So it seems like it's almost that the foundation is built. The foundation is built. Don't compromise. I feel like this is about, not compromising ourselves and our needs. And it feels difficult because when we have expressed our needs to our counterpart, they shut down. But that's only triggering because that's what they're doing with themselves, with their needs. They're compromising their own selves and their own needs out of fear. And I feel like that's where that 15-year-old version of me went, because I compromised myself that whole relationship. Mother, sign from above. Wow, okay, so for a lot of us Divine Feminines, we've seen our mothers compromise themselves in relationships, compromise their needs in relationships, and compromise their needs with themselves. You found it. Blessings of abundance. So in order to release that, we'll find what that is, but I just really want to read this Don't Compromise. You're asked to take a stand in favor of your truth and self-esteem. You don't need to compromise to get what you want, and you can live by the truth of your beliefs. Saint Agnes is your guide and role model in this aspect. She shows that in love relationships, as well as career, home, health, and other life areas, you mustn't compromise your values. If you're in a difficult situation, first try to negotiate a better solution with the people involved. For instance, if your romantic relationship is unsatisfactory, tell your partner your honest feelings. Saint Agnes and your angels will help you speak truthfully with love so that your partner can really hear you. If this doesn't yield satisfactory results, this saint may guide you to a counselor or a helpful organization. The key with this message, though, is to stand by your truth without compromise. As God's holy child, you deserve to be treated with love, respect, and dignity. Accept nothing less. Expect nothing less. Interesting. We'll go to Mother. The answer to your question involves the topic of Mother. Mother Mary is with you, helping you with any emotional upsets or with your own mother, such as grief, anger, or worry. She can aid your healing from long-standing patterns between the two of you. As you do so, you'll also be made well in other life areas. Okay? So for instance, healing mother issues improves your relationships with other people. It helps you be more open to receiving since feminine energy is receptive. Okay, since if you're a woman, reconciling any mother issues can improve your self-love and self-esteem. Sign from above. Heaven is sending you blessings and answers in the form of signs in the physical world. These are messages that you hear or see repetitively. I've got 77 at the bottom of this page. Interesting, sorry. This card asks you to pay extra attention to signs as they're part of the answer to your question. Notice anything that you see or hear 3 or more times. For instance, if several people recommend the same book, movie, or class to you, that's a sign. Observe unusual occurrences such as angel-shaped clouds or clusters of butterflies. I've been seeing butterflies a lot today, especially in the film clip of Shatter Me, which I will post. Pay attention to items with special significance, such as a loved one's favorite song playing on the radio, or a flower that you associate with a particular person or event. So the milkshakes thing, definitely. This isn't mere happenstance. The old adage that coincidences are when God remains anonymous applies here. Trust in the signs you receive and know that they're very real and meaningful to you. So really pay attention to, I can see 212. That's a sign for me. Really paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that you see. And I know on this journey we get so, stuck in the whole, it's a sign, yep, cool, but our outer reality isn't changing. Pay attention to those signs. Yawning again. You found it. This is a message about finding something of great value, such as your life path or lost item. Have faith that you found or will soon find what you're looking for. The situation you're inquiring about is what you've been seeking. Congratulations, you found your way. Okay, beautiful. And then we have blessings of abundance. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Your daily bread and other needs are being provided for now and in the future. Give your fears and worries to the universe and have faith that they're taking care of you and your loved ones. Let go of worrying about how your needs will be met because God's infinite creative wisdom will take care of the details. Be open to receiving gifts and help from people, as this is one way in which the divine answers your prayers. The universe has an infinite supply, and like any loving parent wants the best for you. Have faith, dear one. Blessings of abundance are supplied to you in all ways. You deserve to receive the universe's help because you are the universe's child. The universe loves you very much and knows that you have material needs. Trust that these needs will be met. Follow your inner divine guidance and take action when necessary, and the universe will do the rest. So if you guys have been worrying as well about, that also goes for emotionally, but also physically, I feel the need to say, if you've been worrying about how your, say, finances, oh, my knee is very sore, ow. Sorry guys. Finances and things will come to be, especially if you're needing to heal and take the day off, especially if you work for yourself. Those of you who work for yourself, take time to stretch. Really take some time to stretch, you guys. Beautiful. Let's get some. So really call upon Saint Agnes here today, especially when it comes to not compromising. So if there's something you need to speak about with your partner, with your counterpart, with your twin, and it's scary, like thinking about that literally induces fear within me because we don't want our counterpart to freeze again, disconnect again. Because last time we did that, went more distance. So I want to look at what the difference is between not compromising our own needs and speaking up if we need to. I think the difference is that we'll be doing it from a balanced place and from a place of love, not fear. Let's see. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle cards. Love makes a difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And isn't it interesting how the very thing that we're scared of doing, or the very thing we feel like we shouldn't do, or that we're told not to do in this journey, speaking up about your needs. Oh, look at this. We've got number 31 and number 32. That's the very thing we're being asked to do here. True love. This love is a once in a lifetime love. And that's the difference. That really is the difference. Let me read those. But it's still scary because we've done that, right? We've spoken up, we've said. But when I think back to the times that I caused that, the times that I spoke up that caused my masculine to be triggered, I think it was because I had tried to communicate when he definitely wasn't ready, or when he was already in state of fear, excuse me. But also when I was in a state of fear. So I would have been communicating that from a place of fear, because I felt like I couldn't, because I felt like I was ashamed of having to speak up. Love makes a difference. Love is strong and can endure anything. If you trust love, everything else will fall into place. If there are challenges, it's important that you allow your heart to remain open. Look at your pattern in relationships. It's time to look at the pattern and what drives you to attract this sort of person into your life in the first place. You'll then find that the next person you meet will have very similar qualities to your last partner, as that is what you were energetically attracting. Once you learn the lesson, you'll be able to attract a healthy outcome. So this is talking about seeing our counterparts, well, me seeing the counterpart as the ex. Not seeing them as the ex, but seeing them through the lens of that. It's 1, 2, 3 on the clock. And I also want to read true love too, sorry. And that's 30. Oh, look at this. We've got 31, 32. 30, 31, 32. This relationship is part of your life's plan. Unconditional love is easier said than done. Wow, okay, yep. Remember the love aspect of your partnership. If it is a soulmate relationship, the connection will be 50-50 and almost perfectly balanced. So it's funny because for months now, at least 2 months almost coming up to, we've been, the reason I started this was because I'd realized, my partner struggles with speaking up about his emotional needs, because in the past, he was made to feel that they weren't important. But I'm just realizing that's the same for us now too. It's literally the same thing. It's literally mirrored. It's so mirrored. All right, so Spirit Team, what is the difference about us not compromising and speaking up about what our needs are? What is the difference for doing it this time? The difference is it's not coming from a place of fear. Because before, when we've spoken up, it's been because, we have to, because we're seeing the relationship as failing the same way that the other one did. In order to create stability in the relationship, the past one, we compromised our needs, both counterparts, in order for it to be successful, in order for it to continue. But it wasn't a successful relationship. This is balanced now. The difference is this is balanced. The difference is this goes the distance. The difference is we're aware. We weren't spiritually aware before. And if it wasn't a relationship that, you know, you had to compromise, maybe it was, you know, like my partner. I'm sure he had to do that in his relationship, but it stems from childhood. It stems from the mother. Where in your life did you compromise your own needs for that of your mother or father or primary caregiver? Where did you have to showing up, the way that you showed up, the way that you felt you had to intuitively show up for your primary caregiver as the child? For me, I was the gifted child, so it was yes, I wasn't. It's almost like I felt like, and this is just me being really raw and sharing this with you guys, so if you're thinking, wow, she's really airing out her dirty laundry, I'm doing this so that you guys can do this for yourselves. Because maybe something I say triggers something within you where you're like, oh my goodness, that's that. I'm seeing how when I was 15, I had this relationship, and my whole life I've had to show up for my mum. And this is a very unconscious thing. Like, I don't think this was, you know, she didn't choose to do this. Pursuing my future and working hard toward my future was important to her because she felt like she couldn't in her life at my age. And having her support was something that she didn't have from her parents in the way that she was willing to give it to me. And I was called selfish and ungrateful when I wanted to decide my own future, where I wanted to go. And this is because we both share the same talents. And the dream that I have musically is one that she had, that she gave up for my dad to help him with his dreams. And the one that she didn't have, you know, she didn't have a parent to push her, she says. And she gave up her dream for my dad's dream, and that didn't work out, and the marriage didn't work out. So when I had my first long-term relationship, when I was 15, I remember that whole time she kept saying to me, like, you know, she was projecting her failures onto me, her perceived failures onto me. And so I feel like I learned to, even though I continued the relationship for 6 years, I definitely, help me out here, Spirit, I'm losing it. I definitely felt like that whole time being in that relationship and being happy in that relationship wasn't allowed. I felt like I was betraying a part of myself by doing that. But really what it was a projection of, I was betraying her. And that isn't true. It's just what she perceived. It's how she felt. So I definitely feel like I wasn't allowed to have my own needs or my own desires. And that's how that shows up for me in relationships. It shows up as confusion. And it shows up as accommodating the other person to help them. I very much had to always be there for my mum. And when I didn't do things her way, I feel like I was very much maybe subconsciously a replacement for my father. I definitely had to help raise my sister. Oh, look at this. I'll address that in a minute. And this is where the sense of responsibility comes in. Because, and this explains why in this connection I went straight into, okay, gotta work hard, gotta keep doing this, because it was like I couldn't have both. I couldn't have career, I couldn't have a life and a relationship, because my mum's projection that you lose yourself in relationships. Look at the beliefs that you took on from your mother or your primary caregiver when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love. So I ended up compromising my needs in my life for my mum, and doing what she wanted and doing things the way she wanted. And I also subsequently compromised my needs in that relationship with that ex, because I wasn't getting from him what I needed. And the difference is I would tell him, like, this makes me uncomfortable, this, da-da-da-da. There was no boundaries though. I would never follow through on boundaries. And so that is scary. Now facing that and knowing that, okay, this is something I'm gonna have to address with my counterpart. And the idea that, because we just don't know, and we can sit here and say, like, the difference is it's that this is our counterpart, but we don't know how that will be received. And needing to acknowledge that and knowing that this is something you have to do, it's really, really scary. Really, really scary, guys. And I'm right here with you. And I so badly wish that I had the answers for us, and that I could come here with a guarantee. But this is where the trust and the faith in the connection needs to come in. We've got the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Look, I'm literally shaking at this. I'm really holding it together for you guys. The Fool and the Ten of Cups. So this looks great. This looks promising. But that fear is very real, because we know that in the past, in 2 instances for me at least, and there's probably many more, in relationships, I would always sacrifice my own needs. And every time that I acted upon my own needs, it's meant that specific relationship had to come to an end. So to me, my needs equal the end of a relationship. To me, that equals my needs will never be met. This looks the opposite though. So, and I think this is where the illusions come in, because we think that it's like we can't see the truth. We've never had an instance where that has worked out for us. So it's really scary. And you know what's really ironic? Not funny, but not ironic, but you know what I mean? Is that this is what the masculines are going through as well. Maybe in a different way, right? For them, it's opening up and being vulnerable at all. For us, it's opening up and being vulnerable and expressing what we need and trusting that our partner, our counterpart, will meet them and value them and see, will be able to. We've never had anyone in our life embody being able to meet our needs. We've never had our needs met. Yes, this is your counterpart. And it's funny because for them too, they've never had anyone who has, I don't know specifically yet. We don't know yet specifically what physically has transpired for that to be a thing for them. But it's like, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This is shatter me. I'm going to sing it for you guys. I really feel the need to sing that. So the first verse. A pirouette in the dark, I see the stars through me. how your mechanical heart beats till the song disappears. Somebody shine a light. I'm frozen by the fear in me. Somebody make me feel alive and shatter me. So coming from the light, dizzy spinning endlessly. Somebody make me feel alive and shatter me. It's really, it really talks about this. We're waiting for ourselves to break ourselves free, and it's like the exact thing that our masculines are going through. The bridge in this song is really powerful too. It says, if I break the glass, then I'll have to fly. There's no one to catch me if I take a dive. So those first two phrases, if I break the glass, my dream, right? The shattering the glass, I have to fly. I have to run from getting cut. There's no one to catch me if I take a dive. If I get sliced, there's no one to catch me. That's how we feel. But also, I'm scared of change and the days stay the same. The world is spinning but only in gray. I'm scared of changing, the days stay the same. The world is spinning but only in gray. So it's like the world, everything's moving and everything's happening, but we're not able to experience our lives completely by holding ourselves back. And this is exactly what the masculines are going through too. And it's really scary. But somebody shine a light. I'm frozen by the fear in me. God, it's like we're just waiting for, it's almost like we're waiting for the other person, both of us, both counterparts are waiting for the other person to go, let me care about your needs. What are your needs? And it's funny because I've said that multiple times to my counterpart, but until we break ourselves free of that and put ourselves at risk, how can we ever break that? We're just keeping ourselves trapped. We're experiencing the glasses, we're experiencing the world, right? You can see through glass, you can see what's going over there, but you're not in that environment. So we're not really experiencing the connection to its full extent. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I didn't realize how scary love is. Like, this is scary. The idea that, expressing my needs, express your love. That's love. Because you're giving your counterpart the opportunity to meet them. And setting a boundary, and setting boundaries is scary because there's the fear that loving yourself first and doing what it is that, freeing yourself, it's not going to be reciprocated or cared for because it never has been for us, right? You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So, but it's like for some reason it's not enough. Like that, those words, it's like we need that action, but in order to receive that action, feminines, in order to receive that action, we need to break that glass. We need to shatter that glass. It is safe for you to love. Look how much I'm shaking. Oh my God. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Look, oh my God, I'm bleeding. Sorry, trigger warning, blood. I'm bleeding. Attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, or by, what does it say about that? Because I feel like that doesn't really resonate for what we're talking about. Like a good friend, the romance angels send you this card to tell you the truth. The best way to have more romance in your life is through attraction, rather than through strenuous effort. You are the most attractive when you're fully enjoying yourself in the present. Your joyful laughter, self-expression, and body language are beautiful. In contrast, any stress you experience as you strain to find romance pushes against the stream of life. Strain comes from a place of fear with an underlying worry. Maybe I won't receive this. That fear then attracts the very thing you worry about. Stress creates wrinkles, bodily tension, a constricted voice, and other unattractive characteristics. So go smell a rose and fully enjoy its fragrant beauty. Allow yourself simple pleasures that lead to great joy. Affirm frequently that you are loved and lovable. Visualize a wonderful romantic relationship with a great partner. Take excellent care of yourself and follow your inner guidance. Via the law of attraction, you'll draw romantic love to you through your own attractive nature. So this is about, like attracts like. And in our counterpart connection, if you want your needs to be met, you need to do the thing. You need to ask for them to be met. This then allows our counterpart to feel safe to do the same. And when it's coming from a place of love, not from a place of fear, obviously there will be fear, but the difference is when you're approaching that moment of expressing what it is that you need from them, right? It's coming, if you're coming from a loving place, not from a place of reacting out of fear, then it's different than just reacting out of fear and then expressing it, because then that adds pressure, blah, blah, blah. You know the rest. Is there anything else from the romance angels that we need? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So I feel like as well we'll know when the time is right. I feel like, we can ask, it's still going to be scary in that moment, but asking, the universe, asking Saint Agnes to let us know when there is a ripe opportunity, for our partner or a counterpart to be receptive, not obviously not approaching them when they're in a really stressed out state. Do you know what I mean? Things like that, letting us know when the time is right. Trust. In response to your question, the romance angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to the beautiful romantic love you so deeply desire and deserve. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you to in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where, with faith, all things are possible. And that's still a very scary thing, especially in this context, because there's a fear that person, this is about not trusting our own judgment, that person, our counterpart, isn't really the person. That by speaking up, right, and asserting our boundaries or speaking up about our needs, we run the risk of a partner not being able to meet them, which means that we have to let that person go. That's really, really, really scary. And I don't know if there's a solution for that. Your soulmate relationship requires patience, as there are many factors involved. Your soulmate's free will choices are beyond your or the angel's control, as is the readiness of both of you for true love. It's really scary. This card comes to you as a reminder that this relationship is worth waiting for. Divine timing is a universal law that is always in operation. It is the flow of everything. If we try to impose our human will and force things to happen, we become out of sync with nature and experience blockages. Similarly, if we fret, we put worry energy out into the universe. Okay, let's get some Green Witch Oracle. I feel the fear. There is such a sense of fear in the collective right now. I want to share with you something that can help with that fear, especially if you are someone who suffers with complex PTSD. It's the tapping, okay? So tap anywhere from 5 to 8 times and say a word in these areas, right? So I'll do it a couple of times. So say a word, so say a phrase that invokes a sense of trust. Okay, so even though I am fearful right now, I trust in the connection of love that I experience with my partner. Even though I am feeling a lot of fear right now, I trust in the connection and in my partner. Even though I'm feeling a lot of fear right now, I trust in the love, the connection, and my partner. A couple more times. Even though I am feeling a lot of fear right now, I trust in the love, in the connection, and in my partner. And see how you feel after that. The fear is definitely reduced for me. All right. 15, what do we have? Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Guys. Tranquility. Grounding. Grounding yourself and focusing on creating a space of tranquility for you, okay? Brings communication. Wow, 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 absolutely wow. Ritual and victory, they didn't really fall out, but I felt the need to look at them, turn them over. Agreement and desire. I channeled strawberries at the beginning of the week, didn't I? Okay. So I feel like there is a sense of agreement that comes. Am I literally crazy? Okay. Hear me out, guys. I'm so sorry. So for those of you who are having communication issues with your counterpart, okay, this has been in front of my face the whole time. I'm literally like low-key angry at myself. No, it's okay. I had to come to this realization for it to really mean something. Don't compromise, but compromise. So finding a way of, for those of you who are in partnership with your counterpart but are having the same sort of struggles that I am, this is a perfect, this might really, really work. And a friend, my friend Jessie really pointed this out to me and suggested this. So to begin with, to make communicating about needs a little bit more comfortable, okay? Because my partner goes into shutdown response. Look at me shivering, shaking. His nervous system, it automatically happens. It's not something that he can necessarily control, okay? My friend recommended getting a journal that we keep here, right? And we write to each other, right? We write to each other in a very simple way. We agreed to do this, and the last time that I can remember experiencing a sense of union in our relationship was the day after I suggested this. So I've written in here, the purpose of this journal is that we can help each other identify and express our feelings and needs without the overwhelm of confrontation. If we're used to peacekeeping as a means to avoid conflict and retaliation and hurting someone else, after so long, it can make it almost impossible to express ourselves, let alone be able to identify what we need from the other person. The intention is to let the pen write instead of trying to compile our thoughts in the middle of a crisis, as sometimes crises put us under pressure to meld thought and feeling. We can use this as a way to maintain healthy communication between each other, as well as encouraging healthy expression of emotion. We can also reply to each other's note to reach solutions and avoid stress and anxiety. I've started you off with a prompt. I hope it helps. And the prompt that I wrote was, lately the dynamic of our relationship feels off balance because, and that way it's more of a factual state. Like it's like a factual statement. It's like a truth, like it feels off balance because of this. Not, I feel like, it's more like, lately things feel off balance because da 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 da. I need to do this today. Thank you, Spirit Team. So there's a sense of, and if you guys don't already have this sense of agreement or of communication or the way of which you guys can communicate, look at this. The quill in the ink. The quill. And I channeled strawberries today. What was it that I channeled with strawberries? I mean, not today, this week. Passion. What came after the agreement? Desire. All right, let me read these. This is really, okay, wow. I hope you guys are feeling how powerful this is. So let's start with tranquility, number 24. No, number 43. I am dyslexic. Although you may have felt tested recently, a period of advancement and breaking free. The glass. Breaking free is now open. Adaptation may be necessary. However, a greater depth of meaning, loyalty, and truth is inspired by the appearance of violets. Secrets are safe, and those you hold closest are also afforded this protection. The truth will prevail, and that which is no longer wanted will be weakened. Be wary of intolerance, insensitivity to the feelings of others, and blind faith. So in order to help bring this in a positive way, we've got grounding. Explore the deeper innermost areas of yourself and situations. As potato indicates energies that are calling you to look again at what you may have once missed. Guys, can you please call me out in the comments about this because I'm dead. That's honestly hilarious. Like, I've got full body chills. I cannot stop laughing. Let me read that again. What? Explore the deeper innermost areas of yourself and situations. As potato indicates, energies that are calling you to look again at what you may have once missed and will help to bring stability. If you are looking for an answer, try pulling back a little to let things settle on their own first. Challenges at the moment may include ignorance, self-centeredness, and forgetfulness, so make sure you are compassionate and focused. Like, I can't. I literally... Okay, thank you, Spirit Team. Like, I bet you my guides are literally laughing right now. Communication. Please tell us that now is the time to move ahead with projects, plans, and ideas. There are new ways of thinking and approaching challenges, and even life, if you're willing to listen to what could be an alternate communication method with concepts you may have dismissed in the past. Sharing ideas, considering partnerships, gathering information, and stepping up enthusiasm are all indicated. Be wary of haphazard actions and failing to follow through. And that's exactly what happened. Neither of us wrote in it. It's been almost... When was it? Yeah, the 21st of February. It's 21st of March. So next Thursday, it would have been 2 months. 2 months. Goodness me. Wow. Aphrodite. And I channeled Aphrodite here too. Where was it? Movement. Meet me halfway. Chrysalis. Aphrodite. That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, and then we have agreement, which is number 24. Working with others will bring a huge boost for you at the moment. And if you are thinking of making an offer in business or even a romantic proposal, it should be met with a favorable response. Wait. We were channeling the rings and then the milkshake thing. Okay, interesting. Group work, connection with others, and partnering with like-minded individuals and entities are all areas that Strawberry works with. Inability to share or wanting to win at all costs will be highly detrimental to you. Aphrodite again, astrological sign here, Libra. We've got Libra full moon on the weekend. Love, offerings, luck, attraction, success. Mother Mary, we pulled that Mother Mary card. Now we have desire, which is number 3. This is amazing. Fulfillment in many areas of your life can be found by working a little more on your current relationships. Overcoming challenges is indicated, and new material gain and recovery are also shown. Lettuce helps us get better physically and emotionally. It asks that you watch the way you are caring for yourself and to be careful about what it is you are focused on. Are your desires really serving your truth? Lust, renewal, recovery, love, fertility. We've got the sign Cancer here. We've got Pisces, Libra, Cancer. I think it's Virgo and Pisces again. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's pull some Moonology cards. We pulled the sign above card too, didn't we? A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. You're very close to achieving your goal, guys. I feel like there's a breakthrough when it comes to communication. Definitely with the shattering of the glass. We're breaking through because we're realizing a certain thing about ourselves. Hold your vision. I'm still shaking. And it allows us to honor ourselves and not compromise ourselves. Work through your fears. Believe in the impossible. Believe that your counterpart, your person, that this is true love, and that they can and they will. They can and they will be able to meet your needs. I think just at first, and it's a good way to sort of break free, both of you, in a really easy way, both of us, by, you know, for me, that is communicating that way. So think of like a way that you could communicate. It's time to take action. So I feel like we have to take the first step. I feel like we're the ones that have to communicate first in a new way that isn't confronting, in a way that is from a place of love, not a place of fear. Okay, surrender to the divine. What do you need to release? Yes, the fear. a new romantic cycle begins. Can we get one more about the form of communication, the way of communicating? Is it us that we have to go first? Emotions are running high. Meditate and contemplate. The energy is gaining momentum and have faith in your dreams. Wow. Absolutely wow. Okay, oh, where is this? Sorry, cards are all over the place. Okay, what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to grab... what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to quickly do the Divine Masculine energies for today, where they're at, what they're releasing, because this is huge stuff. Hopefully it won't be as long as this, but I just really feel like I needed to sort of process this with you guys, and I hope that you got something out of this as well. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you are loving these types of videos. If you would like a reading, I am open to offering divine counterpart twin flame readings. So please head to my Instagram. Message me if you would like a twin flame reading. But for any other like personal readings, you can find those on my Etsy shop. The link will be in the description. But follow me on Instagram and TikTok anyway, because I do post regularly on there. And I will be back with the Divine Masculine reading, as well as the I'll probably film that tomorrow, the weekend reading, the full moon in Libra weekend energies for twin flames. All right. Thank you guys for allowing me the space to do this with you. Let me know down below. Let me know if this resonated with you, and I will see you in the next video.